art and character designs provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Want to be first to have access to early artwork, concept sketches, exclusive art that can't be seen anywhere else? Then support Demon Artie over on her Patreon. Link in description below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I am your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Thundercats Roar Episode 4. Man, I'm going to review these. We're all stuck. We can't go anywhere. Lockdowns for everybody. So I decided, let's make the situation as horrible as it possibly can be. I'm going to review the rest of Thundercats Roar. I don't even know how many episodes there are, but this one is, it's just awful. I can't help but laugh because it's so bad. Normally, before anyone who watches my reviews, I kind of do like a little mini synopsis of the episode and how I felt about it, and then I go into my review. There's nothing to say about these episodes. They're so... It's a crash course in how to not to write something. You just make things up. Oh, this is silly. Let's just do this. It's almost like reviewing an episode of Looney Tunes plot-wise. But even then, there was more coherent plots than what we get here. These title cards... I guess they're not the worst in the world. I guess they're imaginative, I guess. But as soon as the episode opens up, this is the face we get. This show is the ugliest show I have seen in a long... By professional companies, the ugliest show I've ever seen. There's things like 12-ounce mouths, but they're meant to be crappy, like on purpose. This is just ugly. So they're trying to fix the TV. The episode's called Prank Call. Okay. They're trying to fix the TV, and it's like a classic, bunny ears and everything. So he's just punching it, because that's what he does. He punches things. Tigra, let's get the manual, but reading's stupid. Then they show Silverhawks. That was a cool show. And then they just like dump all over it. Oh, this show looks stupid and boring. And then the Wily Kit and Wily Cat walk away. Okay, they couldn't get enough of just crapping all over Thundercats. They got to crap all over Silverhawks too. These writers, so people keep telling me, oh, it's for kids, it's for kids. What? Who? No, it's not. This can't be. This joke isn't for kids because they don't know what Silverhawks is. They won't even realize what this. Oh my goodness! So they're gonna go out and just say we're gonna go play outside, but it's dangerous out there. Go with them. Lino, and again, look at these faces, my god. And they're like, oh, go be their chaperone. That's cool. No, that stinks. These are the jokes, people. These are the jokes. But Lionel's like, yeah, that's super cool. But they're the Thunderkittens tell him, oh, being a chaperone's lame. It's like being an adult and you want to be like Tigra. And then they're always crapping over Tigra like he's some type of bad person. Yeah, he's a little bit of a nerd, but he's a good guy who honestly wants to protect his family, but whatever. I guess that makes you bad. He's like, no way, I'm going to be the coolest chaperone ever. And so they're going there and they go do cool stuff like surfing, and there you go. Here's Lionel's butt cheeks. Yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff. Now let's go over in the gorge and they swing around. Oh, that's kind of fun. Then they come up some cave and there's the freaking fist throwing up the devil horns. And look at this face. Oh, this is a marathon of horrific art. But there's a big sign that says danger. Evil, don't go in there. Like, oh, that's Lionel's actually right the first time. Like, I'm not gonna go in there. That's probably dangerous. But then he sees like a vision of like, oh, that's what some tiger would say. Screw Tigra. We're going to do what we want to do because we're cool. So he breaks in there and we get this crystal. And they're just screwing with it and everything. And apparently it calls Mumra. And they do the whole bit like he's answering the phone. Like, go ahead for Mumra. These are the jokes, people. They're like, oh, we're going to like screw with him. So they're going to like pretend to be a plumber or something. It doesn't even make any sense because then Mummer's like, oh, I've been trying to get a hold of you. So he called a plumber. It's funny. So they go on and they say, just stupid, lame jokes that aren't funny. Mummer comes through the crystal. So it's also an ability for him to pass through and it makes phone calls. He's the bad guy, but he's still super weak and lame. He grabs the he captures the Wily twins and throws them in there, and I guess it teleports them somewhere. Like, it doesn't even explain where they go. He doesn't even know, because why explain things? Who cares? Apparently, this is a piece of technology, because like he taps it and like he like sets it to regenerate his powers. Because remember in the episode they destroyed his staff, so he lost all his powers. But this can like make his powers come back because reasons. And so he gets semi powered up. He tries to attack him, but Mumra is sitting on the crystal, and then Lionel's like, "Oh no, you're in the air, the one place I can't go," but it's like 5 feet above him. This is how you wrote the script, saying, "Oh, we have to figure out a way for Mumra to get away," and this is how he gets away, because Lionel can't jump 3 feet in the air, even though we see him jump 50, 60 feet in the air. They really think they think nothing of the audience, absolutely nothing of the audience. And then we get kind of semi-cool background shots. That's the best. I'd say the art works best when the characters aren't involved. Because look at this. That's actually pretty cool. We see Mumra's like his temple with the pyramid and lightning and everything. Looks pretty decent. But Lionel's so ugly, it just ruins anything like that. Then he's like, I'm going to go save them without telling the other Thundercats, because he doesn't want to get in trouble. My God, look at this face. Oh, man. Ugh. So we get back to the other Thundercats, and looks like they recognize there was some like an energy source coming from Mumra's little temple or whatever. So they're like, oh, let's go do that. Thank goodness Lino and Wily Cat are off doing something else, even though it's them causing the problem, of course. And it's like Chitara's always dismissive of all the other characters, but she's the cool one, so she's allowed to treat everyone like garbage. Again, another kind of cool looking shot, but notice how there's no characters in it. That's why it looks good. Lionel gets in there, and then we get the same, I think it was from the first episode where we saw the temple, this down angle. It sets the mood for something scary and spooky, but the show's so silly, you don't feel anything. Runs into Mumra, and he's still floating in the air, so I guess he can't get to him because he's floating in the air. So I prepared for that. And Snarf turns into a rocket pack, like the freaking Rocketeer. But his sword, or remember Rocket Mouse Adventures? So the Sword of Omens can do no damage to him. It just think like he's poking a solid rock with a wooden stick. What? This is Sword of freaking Omens. This writing, it just sucks. Come up with something better than that. Have there a little bit of a fight to where, oh, because Lionel's not well trained, he can't, and Mumra's a seasoned freaking warlord. No, they just do it this way so he can't fight him. Other Thundercats show up and, oh, they're gonna help, but they end up getting shocked and they make these funny poses. Ugly art to be funny, and, this kind of reminds me, but it's done completely wrong. Early Nick cartoons, what was I think, Ren and Snippy, where they would show like an extreme close up, and it'd always be like this disgusting looking face and boogers and stuff. But that was well done. You get stuff like this: Tigra's butt cheeks. Okay, so they got turned to stone. First, I didn't know they got turned to stone. I thought they literally got shocked and they were like ash, like all black because they got hit with lightning. But apparently, they literally get turned to stone. So he throws, instead of just killing him, look at this. Look at this. It looks like a baby. He throws Lino and Snarf into the crystal, and it gets like another dimension, but it's like an empty pocket dimension. See, this is something they could have actually like explored, but it's just nothing. Absolutely nothing comes of this. I'm like, oh yay, Lino's here. He can call the other Thundercats. But then he's like, oh, they've been turned to stone. So that's when I thought, like, oh crap. I literally went back. I'm like, oh, I guess they are stone. I thought they were just shocked. Then it is over dramatic, like, what are we going to do now? Big waterfall tears. And remember, like, at the beginning of the episode, they're talking about, like, instruction manuals. There's no instruction manual to be an adult. There's no instruction manual for the TV. They find an instruction manual for the gem, for the crystal. You don't even have to think. You don't even have to think. That's how ridiculous this writing is. They don't give two flying craps about the. They just don't care about the audience. So I guess this thing's powering up Mumra, and it's going to get there. He jumps out, smacks him with the book. And look at that. Mumra has a face like a smacked ass. The Sword of Omens could not hurt him. But this book can like knock his teeth out. He's like, oh, I read the book. And I guess it's voice activated. like a Siri or like Alexia, and then delete all the bad guy stuff, and then like deletes all his bad guy powers. But it doesn't happen right away. It like slowly but surely starts to like depower him, but he gets like it's just a weird scene because he doesn't just turn to weak Mumra. Like his head turns weak, but then it goes, then like his arm, but then his head goes back to normal, and then like, he just keeps switching around. And they do the same generic beat him up. Like they've done this exact fight scene. Oh, the Wily Cat throw bombs in his face. Then Panthro does something big with his nunchucks and hits him, and then it's the same type of thing over and over again. But he's holding onto the crystal, but he can't get it to like listen to him. So why are they even fighting over it? He doesn't even know what to do with it. They end up destroying Lionel destroys the crystal, and then he turns into little baby Mumra. And yeah, they kind of make fun of him a little bit, and they go back home. End of episode. My God, this is just horrible. This is so bad. Oh my God. I'll probably do 2 of these a day. I don't know. I'm just prolonging. I want my quarantine to be as horrible as possible. Thank you, Thundercats Roar. Thank you. Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.